Hi, everybody. This is Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Seekonk, Massachusetts. Welcome to my Friday night Stamp and Sip, where the weekend starts early. So tonight we are going to stamp and sip a Z-fold, oh my goodness, square front Z-fold card. It's a little variation on a Z-fold card. And it was a little different for me, so I thought that you guys might enjoy it. Okay, I don't always stamp and sip on a Friday night, but when I do, I'm doing it with all of you. So tonight, I'm trying a Down East pumpkin blend unfiltered craft cider for the first time. That is not my favorite thing. Oh. I don't know. That's not good. I don't like it. Ugh. All right. Anyway, I had been looking. They started making these pumpkin ciders, and I have been looking for this one. It's called Mackenzie's Pumpkin Jack Cider. It was delicious when I tried it at one of our local pubs. And I thought I could get it at a local store, and I pulled in and they didn't have it, but they had this Down East pumpkin cider, and I should not have bought it. Okay, anyway, moving on. Don't recommend that. Okay, moving on. So tonight we're going to do this card. Let's get our camera down here. All right, this is the one I showed you as a sample. And this, I want to say, was made with the Woven Textures paper. You can see it's got a square front, but it does measure 5.5 by 4.25. So it will fit in a regular envelope, but the front is square. But then when you open it up, it's a Z fold, and you've got some different little panels here, and then a little panel for a sentiment. And you could make this a full panel or this a full panel for a sentiment, however you want to do that. But I'm going to show you how to make it like this with the sentiment panel on the back here that is covered up by the front flap. So this is really all just in the fold, and then you just cut your DSP to fit your panels and then decorate your front. But what I liked about this was it gives you a nice square front, much like a card fold, book fold, where you get that nice square panel to decorate on the front there. Okay, so let me show you how to get this done. You're going to need a card base that is 4.25 by 11, so half a piece of regular cardstock. And then you're going to need some designer series paper. So for the front, you're going to need a square that is 4 by 4. And then for your middle panel, you'll need a piece that is 2.5 by 4. And then for this last panel, it's going to be 3.75 by 4. So a little bit smaller than this one. And then your little insert, I forgot my little insert, is going to be 2.25 by 3.75. So let's cut that. What did I, oh, there's my trimmer. So 3.75 by 2.25. Three and 3/4. All right, so we've got our little panel now for our sentiment there. Okay, then we can use this to stamp the sentiment for the front. Okay, and you can see that I have brought with me tonight a square, and this is from the Stylish Shapes dies to decorate the front. So we'll see if we're going to use that. I've got a lot of pieces to decorate the front. Hi, Lorraine. Oh, I got 2 Lorraines tonight. I got two 2 for 1 in there. Hi, guys. Okay, so those are the pieces that you'll need. And then this is all just in the scoring. So let's set these aside and score our card base. You're going to score this at 4 1/4. Oh, upside down. 4 1/4. And then you're going to open your arm and you're going to score it again at 7. I know my friend Lorraine does not like to open the arm, but hey, you have to do it once in a while. All right, so then we're just going to burnish our folds. So this square panel, the first one that you did at the 4 1/4 inch score line, is going to get folded mountain in the middle, and that becomes the front of your card. And so then this other panel is going to fold valley fold, and that will create this card base. So it should look like that. And this panel is a little bit smaller than this one here. Okay, so now to put it together. So our designer series paper panels will just go right on each coordinating panel of your card. And this is, oh, I'm not going to remember the name of it. Christmas Traditions, I think, designer series paper. And I'm using what I would call the B sides. So not the sides with all the flowers. And then I'm going to carry this same pattern to my second panel. Of course, you could put a different pattern in here if you wanted to. If you wanted to go with the flowers, you certainly could. But I want to use tonight my handmade treats set, stamp set, and dies. So I'm going to use the less flowery side of the paper. Okay, and then this last piece, which was 3 3/4 by 4, is going to go on your back panel here. Okay. Then let me show you how to get your sentiment piece on here easily. Of course, if you're going to stamp on your sentiment piece, do that before you glue it down. I'm going to leave mine blank. So what I will do is I'll put glue on the side that I want to glue down. And then I'm going to take that gluey side, keep the glue side up, and I'm going to center it right here on this panel. And then I'm going to close the back panel over that. And that should be, oh, it's not straight. Good thing I used liquid glue, gives me a bit of time to straighten that out. But that should then be hidden by that panel. If you lined it up with this panel here, should hide when you close the card. That is the advantage to liquid glue, and that's why I love liquid glue. You can move things around at the last second if you have to. Okay, so now all we have to do is decorate the front. And I was thinking about doing this white square here, but let's see how we're going to lay this out. So my stamp set that I wanted to use was the Homemade Treats. I really love this one for Christmas. And so I finally bought the dies. I didn't think I needed the dies, but then I changed my mind because of this little piece right here. And this is a little cookie sheet, and it's adorable. So I got some silver foil paper and the dies, and I have now made a whole bunch of cookie sheets, which I am excited about. Okay, so I've also got some little cookies here. It comes with these little stamps for the little hats and the little candy canes and the little gingerbread men. You could color their little buttons if you wanted to. Then you've also got a stamp for this oven mitt and a stamp for the little rolling pin. So I'm just going to see if I can fit all this on here first before I start to glue everything down. Oh, we had a few more people join. Hi, Maria. Okay, so I wanted to put this little cookie sheet on here with the cookie with the little mitt. Will that fit? I have to move that over. And then we can get some cookies. I don't know, is this too many things? I think it'll work. All right, but then we also have to stamp our sentiment. So let's stamp our sentiment. We're going to use tonight, this 'tis the season for baking. And I thought since I'm using the cherry cobbler and the old olive that's in the paper, I would stamp the sentiment in Secret Sea. That's the third color in this background paper. Let's see how that looks. And then I think I'm going to fussy cut that so I can fit it on the front of the card. So let's see. So I don't need to really do all the details of the saying. I just kind of have to go around the basic shape of the saying and not cut off any of the words. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that'll fit in there. Okay, that I think looks good. So let's just get to gluing here. All right, so I'm going to glue down this white panel. Just think this is the cutest set. And I'm actually pretty excited about baking this year. I'm going to be in Colorado with my daughter, if she's still speaking to me by then. That's where we should be. And then, so hopefully we can bake together. All right, so I'm going to get this little mitt on here, and I'm going to do that with a glue dot because I really don't like using liquid glue on foil. It just has never worked out for me. It always makes a mess. So I'm going to get a little glue dot and put that right there. Okay. And then I think I probably should pop up this whole piece. So let's get some dimensionals on there. And your dimensionals can kind of help hold your two pieces together. You put it right where they meet. Kind of give it a little bit more stability. Oh, get these backs off tonight. All right, let's see. I have to fit that in there. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing with these little cookies. Oh, I don't think all 6 of these are going to fit on there. Maybe we'll just leave the little hats off. I'm going to do the same thing with the little cookies. I'm going to use a glue dot on each one of those because, again, we're going on to the foil. Little gingerbread men are really cute. I don't make gingerbread. Does anybody make gingerbread? I don't really know if I have ever had a recipe for gingerbread. Although I bet King Arthur Flour has, I bet they have a mix for gingerbread. If you guys have never shopped at King Arthur Flour, you should Google them. They have all kinds of mixes and all kinds of things for the holidays. Okay. Got our little cookies on there. They are really cute. Yeah, they're really tiny and they're really cute. Okay, so now we need to see if we can fit on this rolling pin. I think he'll fit on there. Maybe I should have made him more colorful. But let's get the sentiment on first and then we'll figure out where he goes. So we're going to pop that up as well. And fit that right in there. And then maybe this can just, why can't I pick this up? This can just go up here in the corner. Really cute. This also comes with this set comes with the image of a, what do you call this? A pastry bag or icing bag. I don't ever use one of those, so I'm not putting it on my card. And it also has this cute little like dish or tray that you can put your little cookies on as well. Super cute. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. Okay. How cute is that? Oh, maybe I could put one of these little hats inside. Oh, there we go. We can put one of the little hats inside. So I'm going to just dot him with a little bit of glue. And yeah, I could have used just a little glue dot on him. We'll just stick it up there. And I would say try to keep your images to the left here because when your panel closes, you don't have a lot of room there. If you put something here, you're just going to get like half an image sticking out there. So you want to try to keep your images over to the left. And then we're just going to decorate this or embellish this with these really adorable real red and white adhesive back peppermints. I did not even know these were still current until one of my girls brought them to class. And I said, oh my goodness, are those still around? And she said, yes. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get them again. They were so cute from last year. And I think these are perfect for this little baking set. Look how cute that is. So cute. There you go. All right, so that is a square front Z fold card. Super easy to make. You can use it with any paper. So you saw the one with the textured, oh my gosh, oh no, I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, the textured paper. Here's one with some traditions of Christmas paper. Then I did make one with, oh, I don't know any of the names of the papers tonight. Maybe my friend Lorraine can help me out. This is one of the floral papers. oh gosh, I don't know, floral impressions maybe. And I used the Spotlight on Nature stamp set with this for the sentiment and for the leaf image, and then just some little brass butterflies on that one. And then this one with the, I don't know what the name in this one is either. Nope, can't remember. Sorry. Usually I write things down so I'll remember so I can tell you, but I can't, but I didn't. Sorry. Anyway, this is that cute paper with the little birds. And then I put fussy cut one of the little birds out of the paper and put them on the inside. Winter something. Can't remember what that one was called either. Oh, I'm falling down on the job tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so let's get out of here. Hopefully you liked that. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's move this light. Nests of Winter. Thank you, Lorraine. Oh my goodness. Floral impressions. See, Lorraine is on it. She knows. I usually have to write things down because by the time I get finished making my card, I can't remember what the things are called. I'm terrible. I'm bad with names too. Faces, I usually remember faces, but like try to put the name to the face, it's terrible. Okay, so that's it for me tonight. I'm so glad you guys joined me tonight. I was thinking everybody would be just at the door handing out candy. We don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters here because we live on kind of a busy road. And the neighborhoods across the way probably have kids in there, but they don't come over here because this road 40 miles an hour here and they it's too dangerous. So they don't come over here. But I did get to hand out some trick-or-treat bags at work. I gave away those little Halloween little houses, the spooky treats, and then I also made some little bags. I don't know if you can see them with some little tags. So I've been giving these out. I have a few extras that I'm going to take with me this weekend to give to some of the waiters and people that if we go out to eat, it's a cute little gift for people. Okay, so that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. And thanks, Lorraine. I'm glad you enjoyed. If you did like hanging out and seeing what we're creating over here in Seekonk, Massachusetts, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's This Must Be Ink. This Must Be Ink on YouTube. Also, because the Facebook videos will only be on here for 30 days, I believe. So you can catch all the old ones on my YouTube channel. And then thismustbeink.com. Hop on there and subscribe to my email so that you will get a PDF of this project next week, as well as some other projects. I usually include an extra project that's a surprise. Okay, so that's it for me. Everybody have a great night. Happy Halloween, everybody. Stay crafty, my friends.